Big Sam, the Silver Blue, can you hear me? Over.
This is Silver Blue, I can hear you. Over.
Listen, we're on DEFCON 5. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test.
Alright, we got the Starship log 1 for 1. Mr. SCHMOO from MichiganTNP. I don't even know if I'm in the frame here or not. You can see my nice ugly mug. He had a few questions for us. Unfortunately, my other camera's down right now. There was an accident. But, yeah, you wanted to know as a person, the individual or individuals that actually shaped us or molded us to who we are today. Same old cliche, you know. I definitely have to say it'd be my mother and my father. My father was an outstanding man, came from a broken home, had an abusive alcoholic father, which turned him into the man that he was. My grandmother, she got remarried and married a wonderful man, and was the only grandfather I ever knew. I wasn't even born when all that other stuff had transpired, and didn't meet my real grandfather, and from tales I was told it was a blessing. But yeah, I mean, for the things that went on in my father's life in his childhood, you know, were some terrible things. I mean, from the stories that that he had translated to me, and what I've heard from my mother was just real rough, and he did everything in his power not to let any of us see those things. He was a man that's always taught me to see the good in people and not the bad. Always take the hat off of my head and stop looking down a one-way street, as he used to say. Look at it from all angles. Look at it from all points of view, all perspectives. I mean, don't just be judgmental on don't judge a book by its cover. And I appreciate that, because it's turned me into a better person. I mean, you're talking about a man that how can I put this? Basically, he was very involved with, he was one of those kind of people that would give you the shirt off of his back. You wouldn't even have to ask for it. He'd just give it to you. Which, you see this growing up, and you don't understand it being a kid, but he, Christmas Eve, we never saw him. He was the guy that always played Santa. He was very active in the fire department. He was a police officer for a while. And he went out and would dress up as Santa Claus and go around and hit the nursing homes and the children's wards and all the different hospitals and stuff, and give back to the less fortunate. And the thing that always amazed me is we never saw him on Christmas Eve. We saw him on Christmas Day, but never saw him Christmas Eve. And everything that he purchased was out of his own pocket. He never took anything from anybody else. And not knowing this till I was older, it just was kind of mind-blowing. It just kind of made me the person, kind of molded me for what I am today. My mother, I've always been a so-called mommy's boy. Great woman, always, she always said, I'll be there for you for whatever happens, just long as you're truthful with me. You don't lie to me, and you're in like Flynn. I'll do everything in my power to help you. The minute you lie to me, you're on your own. So those were the two most influential people in my life that have molded me to the person that I have become today. Next, you wanted to know a park, trail, stream, lake, ocean. I believe that's how you put it. Once again, I'm not on my computer. But, yeah, mine would be Lake Michigan. It's awesome down there. I mean, it's a big stretch. I mean, you can go all the way down Lakeshore Drive and, hit all the nice little rec areas, and you can hang out by the Shed Aquarium, the planetarium. There's a lot of beaches down there, and, some off time during the summertime, go out there with the knuckleheads or the family, or, just by myself, and it's a good, relaxing place to just let the everyday stress just, run out. So it's kind of fun. Being in the business I'm in, if we have jobs down in the city, take a lunch break, go down there, hang out, just kind of chill, watch the waves, the fun stuff. Then I believe your third and final question were 3 people on YouTube that have kind of molded us or helped us along. When I first started my YouTube channel, was in numerous bands, and since I got into the field that I am approximately 12 years ago, I kind of got out of that scene. I play, with a couple of friends, and we just goof around. I don't gig out anymore, but I started my YouTube page. We were putting up some video footage of some shows, and just different things. Us just hanging out and doing goofy stuff, and that was basically what I had opened it for. And then I had it, and it was kind of dormant for a while. It just kind of laid there dead, and my daughters got a little bit older, and they were putting up some of their stuff, and for their friends and stuff. So I was all good with it. I was like, yeah, go ahead, I don't care. And I actually I've always been into the firearms. Never been a big knife guy, and I was up there. I was looking for some information one time, and I went to an estate sale, and I bought an old Nitro Hunter 12 gauge single shot, and it was in rough shape. Believe it or not, it was in a golf bag. I was like, really? Played golf for quite a few years, and I was looking at this golf bag. It was an old pink golf bag, and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. What they want for it. So I look in there, and the gun was actually in there. It was taken apart. The stock was taken off of it, and it was missing the ejection spring, and it was in rough shape, man. It was all rusted out and pitted on the outside, and stock was broken, and the front grip was shaped like a little pee-pee. Yeah, it was kind of funny, actually. It was in rough shape, but I brought the firearm up there, and being in the lovely city of Chicago, you gotta have your firearms card, and you gotta have a lot of BS with it. But come down to it, I bought the gun, I bought the bag, and like I said, it was missing some stuff. So I wanted to see if I could actually find out some more information on it, which unfortunately I didn't find out a whole bunch about it, but I wanted to see what I can find out about it. And I come across a couple of different pages, and I seen my first page that really kind of intrigued me into the whole gun community, because I never really used it for searching purposes, and I came across Gun Wild 1, and Gun Wild 1 had an excellent page, and I believe at the time he was running a contest, and I was like, oh, I'll spend a few minutes and throw up a video, and if I'm not mistaken, it was probably 42 seconds long or something like that. But I just for giggle's sakes, I said, I'll throw it in there. It was about a unique or an unusual EDC, and I entered it, and I actually took second place in this contest. And it was just, I started watching all the things that he was doing, and just great guy, had a great aura about him. He was just man, it was just there was something about him that was just like, wow. He's a down to earth, he's kind of a grounded guy. So I subscribed to the page, and I was looking around, and then I was finding Nuts Are Fancy, and a bunch of these other different pages, which are your mega, your superstar pages, whatever you want to call them. And then I started just seeing all these different people, and you're subscribing to their pages, and and you're trying to leave comments, and you got so much stuff going on. You got busy days at work, you got your family life, you got your children, you got all your other stuff going on. And we kind of went back and forth, and like I said, I took second in this his contest, and I won a knife, and you know, it was actually kind of interesting, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of people out here that, you know, have information, knowledge on, you know, what I'm into, what I dig. So he was the first guy that I really got into and became friends with. You know, we share a lot in common. You know, that was the first thing, and it just kind of hit me like, wow, you know, this is a lot better than what I thought it would be. And then you know, then I met a couple of different individuals out there, and the second person that, you know, was kind of in the beginning, I could say it was kind of touch and go, but you know, everybody's different. But you know, it was Wave Rip 11 at that time, which is now Mr. Swift and Deadly. But excellent guy, man. Just well spoken, very down to earth and grounded. And you know, I say that a lot, but it's, you know. And he would be the second person that I really got in touch with, and you know, just kind of made me want more of the community. And then you know, going back to Gun Wild, and not to cut Mr. Swift and Deadly off, but you know, I was just watching how he was doing some of his videos, and you know, kind of, you know, putting them together, and it just kind of captivated me to do some of the stuff that I do. And once again, we share a lot in common, and it just, you know, made me want to, you know, do a little bit more, a little bit better. This would be about like a 40-minute thing for you here, Schmoo. But yeah, and then you know, going back to Mr. Swift and Deadly, great man, great guy. He does some funny stuff. Like I said, well grounded. You know, easy to talk to. You know, and you're going back, and you got all these comments you got to get back and forth to, and you know, I'm kind of the kind of guy. It's like short, sweet, simple, to the point. You know, unlike this video, but you know, and then you know, digging around and talking with a bunch of other people. I mean, there's so many people out there, and you know, you got Mr. and Mrs. 5.56. You got the Frog Toad. You've got Urban Survivalist, 357. Another guy that, you know, kind of gave me the kind of the boot in the butt there was Demon Hide. You got DX Porker. You got so many great people that, you know, just have a bunch of information, are so easy to talk to, and yourself too, man. Your morning drives, man, do more than make me giggle. You've got a sense of humor that, you know, that I haven't had in the, you know, 10 years. Showing my age, go figure. But you got so many different people out there that, you know, have the great channels, and you know, I'm giving you the two that really kind of got me motivated to get into kind of the stuff. And you know, I'm just, you know, I'm not really comfortable with myself on camera yet, but you know, I wanted to start doing more, and you know, I had some of my guitars and more into my guns. But I have to go out to Mr. Dillion 9999. I found him a little bit later on, you know, in the community, and outstanding guy. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people say his name and stuff, but you know, I'm gonna give him credit and not say his name. Okay, I will. Sorry, Joseph. Excellent guy. I mean, man, you know, easy to talk to, fun guy. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He's grounded for some of the shit that he's had. Oh, I swore. Oh, sorry. Some of the stuff he's had go on in, you know, his life and stuff. I mean, wow. You know, that's what makes him the person he is. You know, he's had some hardship. We've all been there. We've all done it. We've all seen it. But it's made him the person that who he is today, which would kind of collate back to the first question you asked. And that's what I dig about him. I mean, he is just a down-to-earth guy that just, he's living life to the fullest, and that's what it's about, man, and that's what I dig. So to sum up my 45-minute video, or my 72-minute video, or whatever it's going to be for you, those would be my answers to the questions you asked. Shmoo, appreciate it, brother. Great channel. Love the morning drive. Excellent. Kind of look forward to it. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this on a good note before I bore you guys to death. And you know, I gotta And I really want to do that to anybody, so appreciate it. You guys have a good one, and thanks for looking at my ugly mug. I hope I got enough of my nose hairs trimmed for you. So, all right, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later.